Hi everyone, Vincenzo here with a new episode of Ukerocks, a series of ukulele tutorials on some of the best rock riffs of all time. So if like me, you want to rock out on the ukulele, you can't miss this one. Today you will learn how to play Paranoid by Black Sabbath, one of the most iconic riffs from the British band. Apart from the fast tempo, this riff is actually not that difficult, and in this tutorial you will also learn how to play the rest of the song. Having said that, let's get started, but before doing that, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel. I don't like to say these things, but it would really help me if you did, and it doesn't cost you anything. The riff that you're gonna learn is played as the intro of the song. You start with 5 hammer-on to 7 on the second string, and whilst you do that you also play fret 4 on the third string, like this. So basically you're playing a double stop. Remember I talked about those in the previous lessons of Ukerocks. This double stop is repeated 3 times, and so you have 3, 4. One more time, 3, 4. Okay, let's work on the second part of the riff. You have 5 hammer-on to 7 on the second string, then 5 hammer-on to 7 on the first string, back to 5 hammer-on to 7 on the second string, and then 5 and 7. Altogether 3, 4, and again 3, 4. By the way, if you want help with hammer-ons, in the description you can find a tutorial on them. Having said that, let's put the 2 measures together. 3, 4. One more time. 3, 4. This riff is repeated 4 times in the song. For the right hand, I'm using the thumb for the 4th and the 3rd string, the index for the 2nd string, and the middle finger for the 1st one. But if you prefer, you can just use the thumb and it will be fine. By the way, if you're struggling with hammer-ons, you can also play the riff without them. It will be this, 3, 4. And again, 3, 4. It sounds similar, and so you could avoid the hammer-ons, but I would say this riff can be a great chance for you to master this technique. In the verse, you play power chords, something that you should be familiar with if you've been following this series. So you have E5, 4, 4, 7, 7, and you simply strum everything down, like this, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... You might have noticed that I'm adding palm muting to the chord. All you have to do is bring the palm of your right hand just above the bridge and you rest it there lightly. The harder you press, the less sound you will hear. You see? After E5 you have D5, 2, 2, 5, 5, and you do the same thing. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you have this, 3, 4. It might look a bit complicated, but it's not. Let me break it down. So you play G5, D5, E5 and G5. And there's no palm muting here. When I play G5, I only play the 2nd and the 3rd string. And the others are muted. You can play the full chord if you prefer, 0, 2, 3, 5, as it won't make a huge difference. Also for D5 and E5, even though I'm putting down the pinky on the 2nd and 1st string, I'm actually trying not to hit the 1st string. Again, this is a small detail which you don't have to follow. Let me play it again. 3, 4. A little bit slower. 3, 4. And now let's put the verse together. 3, 4. And again. So you might have noticed that the second time I repeated this part, I didn't play the last G. This is because that's how they do it in the original recording. After the verse, you have another section, which you could describe as an interlude, where you play E5, 2, 3, 4, C5, 2, D5, 4. All together, 3, 4. And then you have E5 with palm muting for 2 measures, as you did before. Let's put it together. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E5. I played this twice as this is repeated twice in the song. Now, if you want to play the entire song, you need to learn one more section. That could be considered the chorus or maybe the bridge. Anyway, I'm talking about the part where Ozzy sings "Can you help me?" and so on and so on. This is super simple. You just strum E5 and D5. And so it goes like this. 3, 4, E5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all. Now let's have a play along at 160 BPM, which is quite fast. I will play the intro, the verse, and the interlude. Having said that, get ready, you're about to start playing. The aim of this tutorial was to teach you how to play Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Learn it, post your video on social media and tag me. I will share your video and I will give you personalized feedback. On my Patreon page, you can find the tabs and the backing tracks that you need to practice this riff. You have 3 backing tracks, one at the original tempo, one slower and another one even slower. And one more thing, don't forget that if you learned something from this video and you would like to say thank you, you can buy me a coffee, link in the description. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments if you managed to learn this riff. If you want to take your playing to the next level, have a look at my free course here on YouTube and download my free 8-step roadmap, link in the description, that will tell you the exact process to follow to learn the ukulele. Moreover, check out the other links in the description to learn more about the types of classes that I've got available at the moment. If you're into rock music, subscribe to my channel and follow the hashtag at ukerocks on Instagram. And don't forget to check out the series at ukerocks to learn how to play some of the most iconic rock songs on the ukulele. Having said that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next week. Ciao!